have taken our time to attend today's session. We welcome you all. And before beginning with the session, let's start with the three mantra.
Om Namo Arihantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ayuriyana, Namo Vasyana, Namo Loye Sarva Savana, Evo Pancha Namakara, Sarva Bhava Panasana, Mangala Muncha Sarvesh, Padamam Havai Mangalam, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchidanand.
It's my absolute honor once again to invite Lalabhai Patel sir for his new session. Attending his yesterday's session and learning from him from past 15 days, I have realized, and all of our Nalanda scholars have come to realize, that his teaching and his mentoring has nothing but pure honesty, humbleness, and dedication. His teachings, he teaches and spreads Dada's teaching with utmost conduct. Please welcome Lala Bhai sir for the very first session of today. Sir.
Jai Satchidanand. Today's session will build upon what we have discussed yesterday. Today's topics is 6 eternal elements, universe and its operation, Vyavasthit Shakti. It will be followed by another session on literature and reference material on Dada Bhagwan's philosophy. So, now, this first session about the universe, 6 eternal elements, and the operation of the universe. There is a wonderful book published on the basis of Gyani Purush Kanudadasri. The book is published in Gujarati. The title is Jagatnu Rahasya, Brahmand and Chha Sanatan Tattva. HSRC has taken up the project of translating this book in Hindi as well as English. So, you will have soon this book in your hands. So, this topic is less discussed, but looking to the audience, students from Nalanda University, we thought to include this in today's seminar. See, for everything, everyone to have a anchored, it should have been anchored in his life. Person need to know where I am. Right? Who am I first? Right? We have been discussing this. Who am I? Then where I am now? From where I have come? Where I will go? Understanding of these factors is crucial for one's mental makeup also for spiritual journey. Because when you want to go somewhere, you have to know where you are first. People start like this, no? Unless you don't know where you are, it's very difficult. So, our great philosophers and enlightened beings have also explored this subject. Sometimes to a layman it may look irrelevant, but it is not so. In one session before this seminar, we discussed those bar bhavana, 12 realities of the relative world, which sooner or later one will have to understand for a balanced life and real progress in the real direction rather. Right? So you have to know, like say some of you have come to Surat for the first time, but you should remember that you are in Surat and where Surat is located, how far you are from your location. So many things, it helps a lot. Remember. We call there is term called locus standi, So where do you stand? So those points we'll try to explore in this session. And let me tell you, it will help you a lot. People call ignorance is a bliss, but it is not so. It is a bliss short-lived. Sooner or later, one will have to come to the center point. Those 3 points again. Who am I? From where I am coming? Where am I at present? And where am I going? Right? These are very, very important in relative life as well as spiritual life. Right? In my opinion, and I have my experience also, I can say, it brings a lot of stability to your personality, thinking, right? Studies also. So, this has been discussed in almost all religious philosophies. First is what is this universe? So there are two basic ideologies, what you can say, theories, that conventionally it is believed, most of the, say, Christianity and Muslim world, many scriptures of Hinduism, etc., that nothing can exist without creation. In our day-to-day life, we observe this chair, somebody must have created it. Right? So the human cognizance has a limit. So it thinks whatever is there must have been created. And because it is created, it must have beginning. And because it has beginning, it must have been created by somebody. Right? So there is a concept of creationism. And it gives people, because once one is in this creationism, then the question of maintenance comes. So one who creates must be managing this. Another point comes. Right? It gives a solace to an ordinary person. It has its own advantages, remember. Believing that somebody means we call it God. God has created this world. So, to a point, a person gets like many hypotheses. Hypotheses are required to reach to a certain journey. So here, the person, it removes some anxiety to some extent that okay, God has created, I am not responsible for this, and he will be maintaining, he will be taking care of everyone. So he will be taking care of me also. And I have to behave like that. That's why in scriptures, in the names of God's commandment are also there. God asked the people to live like this and not live like this, do's and don'ts. Right? In Bible and everywhere there are some commandments. So that is very helpful. Now there are some people that this does not give them satisfaction to their thinking. And that famous question of chicken and egg, even today it is not solved. Right? Whether chicken has come from egg or egg has come from chicken. What was the first? That continues. Right? So there is another explanation that the world is endless. Anadi Anant. I have not studied Vedas, but I am given to understand that in Vedas, this is the concept of creator is not there.
No.
Right? Anadi Ananta means anything which has not a beginning. Anything which has not a beginning, it will not have a creator.
Like time duration.
Time, like time. Right? It's very difficult to grasp by majority of the people. Will remember. So Dada Bhagwan, he says, God is not the creator for thinkers. Right? And for lay people, he is the creator. When we are attending his discussions, I remember he told, if you ask me who is the creator, in this hall I will tell that God is not the creator. But outside of this hall, if you meet me on the road and ask, I will say God is the creator. Right? Why? Because in our session on truth, we have discussed that there are three types of truths. One is the illusory truth, which is illusion for you, but not for the person to whom we are addressing. For him it is a reality, maybe illusory, but for him it is not illusory. Because once you realize it is illusion, it no longer remains an illusion. Right, Bhaskar? So in this world, you have to accept the illusory reality also when you are dealing with people. Otherwise, it will create so many problems. Right? Then relative reality, relative truth. Which world in general accepts as a truth. Say, today is Saturday. Right? That is the relative truth. All of us will agree. Right? But temperature in this room is okay. It will be a illusory truth for many. Because yeah, different people okay differs. Right? So there are three levels of truth. This way we have to address this without entering into any contradiction, because it is a foundation of many religions. We should not disturb that. Right? As you know, certain hypotheses are really helpful. Right? Like to a child, okay, you handle his queries in a different fashion. Right? So, Dada subscribes to this, that the world is Anadi Anand. It is not only Dada Bhagwan has said this. All 24 Tirthankaras have also said this. This is not an invention. But large majority of the world considered that there is a creator and operator. Right? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, we call. So we will discuss this sensitive issue today. But as students of philosophy, it is necessary. Now, believing that God is the creator, that satisfied many queries. But it leaves so many other queries also, especially in the modern day scientific minds of the people, students. Maybe God is the creator. Who created God? Right? Then who created his creator? There is no end. Secondly, if God created the world, where he was sitting while creating the world? Right? Many such type of questions I have faced from people. Because there was no world, so where he was sitting when creating the world. Right? People have right to ask questions. Then, if you study different scriptures, different Purans also in Hinduism, different gods, right? Okay. Everybody says, my God created this world. If there is a creator, there cannot be many creators at a time. Everybody absolutely says, claims that my God, it was the my God who created this world. Allah created this world. Okay, Jehovah or some other people, I don't remember the name, but they created the world. In every religion I studied scriptures, it begins with this. By I created this world, God says. So different gods. Now this question arises, which God then? Everybody says, so this is also an issue. And after the modern generation, especially last 50, 60, 70 years, our thinking is reasoning based. And we have this kind of questions we face more and more. Earlier, this were not so. Earlier, this was accepted. Now, the Anadi Anand knowledge says that it is self-sustaining. So nobody has created it. It is run by its own rules, regulations. Okay. Let us see that. But one thing let me tell you, as there are advantages of believing God as a creator, especially keeping the people under discipline. Okay, God will punish you, this, that, like that. There are advantages also in ascribing to the theory that God is not the creator. Immediately, it makes you responsible for yourself, first of all. As if some boy, his father has died, but people console him, okay, your father has gone to USA. This boy 3 years old, but after 10, 15 years he becomes, then he is told the truth. Your daddy is no more. Okay? Then there will be a shock. Isn't it? But then it will make the boy responsible. I have to fend for myself. Like in spiritual journey also, when one hears this for the first time, he has a shock. So far he was thinking that God is taking care of everything. My happiness, unhappiness, all these things. Discretionary. After listening to this, I repeat, he accepts this. That makes him very, very responsible. And sooner or later, one will have to learn this truth. As I told you, that in Vedas, there is no reference of personal God. You may have read the book God Delusion, right? Written, I think, around 15 years, 20 years ago in UK. He was a physicist, scientist. So he has discussed this issue. The God delusion. He's a scientist. He has questioned so many things. He's a Christian. And Christianity firmly believes that God has created this world. But these are the things cropping up in modern world. Well, that scientist still alive. You can go through that book if you want. I have studied.
Nietzsche also gives such kind of bits that when Nietzsche,
Frederick Nietzsche,
Nietzsche,
God is
right.
there, no?
he said that God is there. A particular circumstance, he was a professor, university, and after class, he came out from his campus, okay, a particular stick and a lamp in a day come out to the campus of university. Then student asked, so what happens, sir? What you okay between the lamp and stick? Then he said, with this lamp, I kill God. So you all believe that God give us light, God will give us light. God हमको रोशनी देता है. So now God is dead. मैंने तो God को मार दिया. So this is the lamp.
So that is a right.
You, the people, are the create your own destiny, not God.
So now Dada accepts Anekant. He accepts both the truths. Right? And it is required. So according to this, Dada said that the world is everlasting. This word is used, Anadi Anand. That itself clears. Anything everlasting will have no beginning. If it has no beginning, there is no creator. And it has no end, that means no destroyer. Explain, this is required. Right? So, first is this, you can think over this. Dada says, think over this. Okay, I don't tell you to believe. Think over this. Then operation. So according to the creator's theory, it relies on divine intervention. God will intervene. Okay, and actively manage in the creator theory. There is Anadi Anand theory that it operates independently on systemic laws and natural principles on its own. Okay. So, we will now discuss further about the Anadi Anand theory. Right? Other theory most of us know. Some or the other time, it may have dissatisfied you also. That if God is managing, why certain people are happy, certain people are unhappy, all these. So let us further move on. Anadi Ananda theory, how it goes. Say, evidentiary instruments it operates on. Okay, natural circumstances, karmic discharge, evidentiary instruments. Okay, nimitta naimittic. Okay, through circumstantial evidence and instrumental causes, not through conscious control. Right. Then illusion of control also yesterday we have discussed. Humans, it is only humans which claim I did this. He did this. Karo me, karo se, karo thi. Right. But action is merely the collision of predefined natural circumstances. We'll go further. So, this, it says, it operates independently, free from any singular operator's pressure. Now, the realized beings, see, in case of Dada, you'll find many things are already in the scriptures. But he quotes it without referring these scriptures because he was a realized being. He also saw this. Okay, when he saw this, definitely it is likely that what Mahavir saw, he also saw. So the similarity in the description will be there. Right? It doesn't mean that he ascribed to Jain philosophy. Right? So, but this description agrees to the Jain philosophy that universe doesn't mean this world, remember. All world, all stars, galaxies, everything. It has the shape of a human being. Like this, standing with two hands on the waist. This is the shape of the universe. Now, it has a subtle message also that the human being is a highest evolved being. And sometimes we can say that which is time and again said in our Vedanta, that Pindeso Brahmanda. Right? So this way, and top of it, that is Siddhalok. Yesterday we discussed that as the weight of karma, okay, goes up, soul becomes lighter and lighter, and it's free of all karmas, all liberated souls will be there. Waste part is this Madhyalok, can say, where all human population is there. It contains 14 other human populated worlds. They're like floating. Beyond that, and below waist part is the hellish things. So this is how. I will share with you one document, one neuroscientist, lady Annalena from Germany. She visited and met Kanu Dadaji, and she discussed this issue. That interview I have got the script of that, and I will definitely. Now, the travel of soul from dormant state to the liberation state. That is another thing from where it has come. It starts, the journey of the soul, it says, starts from dormant state, they call it nigod, and ends at the final liberation. Liberation means thereafter one has not to take birth, death. No karma applies. So between that, this theory says the total number of souls in this universe remain the same. Right?
Constant.
Always. Excluding a dormant state, nigod, dormant state. The active life, Vyavasthit, that evolution starts. Though number same remain, as many goes to the liberation, as many, it's a flow of souls. Okay, just we will listen to this, right? It requires a lot of thinking later on, and when we will fully comprehend when we will reach that state. But just, so this is how. And then after human being also, okay, further evolution within human being, all these things we have upward, downward journey, everything we have discussed. But those who are in the evolution, right from amoeba onwards, we can say, they are called Vyavahara Rashi. That is active life, active cycle. Previous to it is a dormant state. If you have studied biology, you will find that even a 0.1 gram of soil, there will be billions of souls, living beings. So this is uncountable, right? Some people say, okay, there will be one day when there won't be any soul, everybody would have gone to liberation. But it is not so. There is an infinite number of souls are there. And this way, the condition is a flow. Samsaran marg, it is known as. Now, for us, how does this help? Okay, where I am. Right? If you ask me, how does it help? So I should know, oh, I have crossed this nego state. I have come into the active cycle, Vyavarashi, evolution. Then I have reached to the human stage. And from human stage also I wonder within the evolution is within the human being. So where I am, say, in the beginning we discussed, we should know where I am, from where I have come. Okay, from where I have gone through, where I am. Right? This helps remember that you are, every human being is backed up with such a long journey. Right? From all living beings. We have lived as any living being, you name. And that is how you can reinforce the theory of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. They were related. You are already there. Once you are a plant, once you are an insect, once you are a... Right? It elevates your state and you look every living being as a... Okay? With love and affection. You see, these are the things which has implications for our evolution, from where we have come. Secondly, compassion also based upon that. Because you are related to each other in past many births, so many things. So be compassionate. Like an elder brother is compassionate to the younger brother.
Yes.
All living beings are your, in a way, we can say relative.
Sir, this has a reference in Yogini Kumari also. When her husband, who is non-vegetarian,
Ah,
he offers her a powder
ah,
made up of some living beings. So she said, how can I eat my brothers and sisters?
like, see, right? So these are all useful. Remember, the applicability part also let us see. Simply understanding this justifies all compassionate, all it's a, this compassion becomes grounded. Why we should be compassionate? Right? Because we have undergone through all this journey. And we should be helpful to them, at least not cruel to them. This we have discussed that after having reached these evolutionary steps, okay, now within the human being also we have seen yesterday, okay, that once within human being also there are evolutions from Darwinian theory onwards. Then a human being, Dada says, takes birth somewhere else. But after number of human births, different locations in the world, one gets to start a hunch feeling that there must be something called rebirth and something called karma. Not by the word, but he may think I am responsible for myself. And then he takes birth in India. So we should know where we are. And thereafter, the theory of karma fully applies to this fellow. So he is regarded as Ishvara. Dada says the human being in India is a Ishvara. Okay. He is a Bhagya Vidata. Now he is free to where he wants to go, maybe up, down, and parallelly in the animal kingdom or plant kingdom, wherever you want to go. Right? So this is how, in nutshell, and that we have seen that karmic weight decides, okay, where do we float in this universe, upper or lower, like that. So human form is a cosmic junction, like on a crossroad. Now there, where do you go? You have to decide. And that will be as per the laws of the universe. When there are natural laws, remember, the theory of everlasting world helps us here also. Because there is no intervention of the God in your movement upward or downward. You are responsible. Okay. You can't blame God for your problems. Dada, on the contrary, says most of the sufferings and karmas are because of accusing God for your sufferings. You are suffering because of your karmas. But for that, you accuse God. So you accrue further karmas, intense karma. Right? So we are already unhappy. So this everlasting world philosophy saves us immediately from accusing God for our problems. That itself is a spiritual evolution. Remember, that itself will take you for the ride. Right now. Right? And you stop unnecessary liabilities by accusing gods like Krishna, Ram. How should they be responsible for your miseries and your karmas? Correct or not? Like that. So this we have discussed. 15 Earths, Dada says. There are human population and there is a movement of souls here also. No doubt, different times cycles are there at different places. That also will come. So our universe, our world is known as a Bharat Kshetra. But there are 4 other Bharat Kshetras also in the world. Their human population is there. Right? Just this is enough for understand. Right? But those enlightened like Dada, they could see this. Right? Then time in this kshetra. Now we are talking of this world. So we have this time cycle. Descending and ascending time cycle. Now this time cycle is a part of nature. Remember this. Nobody has created this. It's a continuous process. Now coming to the first point, where we are. No. Because the time, when you know the time, it helps you. Correct or not? Just I receive a phone. Huh? If I know that the person is calling from Canada, I will say, good morning. Good evening, I will say that. Right? And he will say, good morning. Both are right. So knowing the time. So, this is also explained that we are in the Avsarpani time, downward cycle. And there are 6 sub-parts. We'll see that. So this is a time cycle for the, just for the time, this our slide, we can say, there is a time cycle where it is not in your hands. Remember. So the time will have its own other circumstance. Time is one of the crucial circumstances. Na? Right? If you just go in the 2 o'clock in the night, you have to know that it's 2 o'clock in the night. And whom you will get? Those kind of people only. Correct or not? Dada says if you go for buying jewelry at 2 o'clock in the night, what will happen? You will be robbed. That is how the time is important. So where we are, right? So descending time, we are at a descending time cycle. Point. Say from beginning, you can see this slide. First is called a Susham. Susham. First time cycle, first part. We call it Satyug. Okay, different scriptures describe it differently. So Satyug and Jain scripture, they divide into 2, Mahasatyug and Satyug. And our Vedantic thinking, we call it Satyug. Right? This is where life span is longer. There are no life struggles. Okay, things are easily available. These kind of things. Then time cycles come down. But in those, because there is nothing like suffering. So, spiritual development scopes are also not there. Because if suffering is there, then only a person starts thinking of coming out of suffering. Religion starts, everything starts because of scarcity. And the things are scarce, person he starts thinking. Otherwise, there is no question of thinking, no, everything is available. This way, then 3 and 4 is called Susham Dusham. Okay, first is it Susham Dusham, that is more happiness, less miseries. Thereafter comes Dusham Susham. More unhappiness, less happiness. And lifespan comes down. Right? And there comes Dusham. Mostly unhappiness. We are here. This is how it helps. Remember, where are you? You are in Dusham Kal, Dusham times, where it is very difficult to keep equilibrium. Lot of sufferings. This will help. Rarely there will be. That is why, because this is Dusham Kal, there is only imaginary happiness. Okay. Because always only unhappiness is there. And still, Dada says, beware. Still further, after some years, 18,000 or so, Dusham is coming. Too much of unhappiness, solely, and even shorter life. Right? So this is the time cycle. Now you can't do anything about it. Remember. But if you know that you are located here, your expectations can be managed like this. If at present, if you go for searching for a happy person, you will not get, because you are on the Dusham card. If you want to live 500 years, you cannot live, because there is a limit in this time that one cannot live beyond 120 years. Whatever he may be, anybody, Elon Musk or Mukesh Ambani. It is not possible. So there are certain boundaries within that time-related boundaries. One has to manage his expectations, right? So this theory very, very helpful. Secondly, regarding dharma. So dharma is in third and fourth time, right? That we are coming to that. And sixth time, last, there won't be even dharma, there won't be temple, there won't be scriptures. Is there? Nothing will be there. So Dada says, beware of it. Before that comes, at least change the earth where you are born. As a human being, there are other earths also, other 14, where this time cycle is different. Right? Just, it talks very logical and systematic. Right? So, and then again, that same cycle will start. Okay. Then again, sixth, fifth, fourth, like that. Third to second, again like that.
Descending, when descending.
Descending. It makes a round.
Descending, yeah.
So we are on a descending half.
Hmm.
And the fifth of era.
Sir, but if, sir, on that particular lifespan and that stages,
Yes.
it is for all or one by one. For example, if I get that realization, then my do some another dukatan gaya.
But surrounding, all around this will be there. Your own, because of knowledge, suffering will remain, but you will not suffer. But people think you are suffering. People see also. But you will not be suffering. We are discussing, that's how it will help you. Right? Now, in those third and fourth time, we call it ara they call it.
Yes, it. Cricket. This one.
Yes.
Hmm.
So all third and fourth time, all gods and their incarnations take place. The Dharma time. Right? Fifth and sixth. No. Right? So Dada, that is why Dada says, I am not 360 degree. Because in this fifth time, fifth era, it is not possible to have a person having a 360 degree. Okay, very pragmatic. So in those third and fourth time, 63 great people take birth on this earth. 63. It is a rule of the nature. Right? And those 63 are the models. Illustrious being called Shalaka Purush. So of them, 24 Tirthankaras. Then 12 Chakravartis. Chakravarti means who ruled the whole world. Then 9 Vasudeva, Ardha Chakravarti, who ruled the half of the world. And when there is Vasudeva, there is another Prati Vasudeva, contemporary. They rule the another half of the world. And there is an elder brother of Vasudeva, Balaram. These three are contemporary. This is a scheme of things, he says. This goes on. But they are so illustrious beings that their life makes a history, culture, how to live. Then history, wars. Vasudeva, Prati Vasudeva, always there will be war. Vasudeva and Balaram, they have so much of love that they become an example of an ideal brotherhood. All these things. Right? But in the third and fourth time era, these 63 people take birth as a rule. And just for our knowledge, last Tirthankar was Mahavir. Right? Last Vasudeva was Lord Krishna. He was 9th. Lakshman also was Vasudeva. At the time of Lakshman, Prati Vasudeva was Rama. And Balram was Rama. Like that. So this is just for our knowledge. And they are described in different, so all scriptures, everything, their stories, because people learn through stories. So these are the ultimate in relative life. Chakravarti is the highest development. Tirthankar is highest in spiritual level, right? So Vasudev, Balram and Ram, they are the history. As you know, even today, we learn a lot of things from Ramayana because Ram was there. Okay, they are foundations of our culture and role models rather. So this is how it comes. No beginning, no end. Time is autonomous. You have to know which time you are. Accordingly, okay. Understanding the system helps us a lot. Right? And you know certain things which you can't control. Okay? Like that. Now, we are coming to next thing.
As the form of universe is the form of human.
Just for our knowledge. But it's too huge. See, we can say not as a human means not all these internal organs. A broad look. That's all, just.
It's an idea.
idea. Hmm? Now, how do we share this? Bhave? In this one, no? तो बंद करवाएंगे बीजू लेना से yes. So let us move further in the same topic. This we have seen. God creation we have seen already. This also we have seen. That is a self-existence. Swayambhu. The world is the puzzle itself, followed by the cause effect, nimitta mythic. That also we have seen. Now, about eternal elements. So, Chetan, we call Atma, pure soul. There is one element. Eternal. First we have understood the universe is eternal. Now we are coming to elements in the world, where soul is an eternal entity. And we are the soul as a real identity. Right? Understanding this is very, very important. We may not have realized it, but just understanding that as a soul we are eternal. And Bhaskar, say, here comes, I am sharing my personal thought, that this is soul is one.
Atman is one.
Atma ek hi hai. Many places it is described. But that doesn't solve the liberation issue. If it is one, if your soul and mine is one, then if you are liberated, I should also automatically get liberation. So here one does not mean singular, but similar. Simply understanding that one means similar solves many issues. It solves many issues for me.
In Vedanta Universe also there is similar question.
And
If one soul liberate, then every soul liberated.
correct?
And there is
So one, God want to say one means it similar. When those सफरजन है एक ही जैसे, they are similar but not the same. You can eat one apple and still another remain. Okay?
Having similar attributes.
But not one and the same. This is the issue I found out. Many of you may not have, but I was thinking about. Okay, so one, this way, if we understand that your Lord Rama's soul and my soul are similar, potentially, that itself understanding gives a big boost. But one, as an entity, singular entity, it creates many puzzles. Like then, what is the use of trying for liberation? No? Because it is similar and entity-wise one, that is why individual path of liberation exists. And individual theory of karma applies. Individual evolution applies. This is very helpful. It has been helpful to me actually. right? तो एक का मतलब not one, but unique as an entity helps us in our spiritual journey. Right? It gives us a great confidence also. And also at the same time makes you responsible. So there is a pure soul, right? But unique. Think time and again about this. Unique soul. You are a unique soul.
Cloning soul, how the scientists did experiment with the cloning of the cat.
The soul cannot cloned. Soul cannot be cloned
Yes.
naturally. Very simple. Yes. There are many such questions. Like this banyan tree, we have a banyan tree here. You cut the branches and plant, many other beliefs. But that doesn't mean that soul is cloned. The same branch contains so many souls in that milky part. Like that. So, this is how. And one is a matter. There are two things. Matter is self-active. Right? And the proximity of these two creates so many things. Right? Even without that, the matter has its own play. Like a iron is rusting, all these things happen. Ever changing. And scientists, modern science also says that you divide matter further and further and minute, you will find it is only energy.
Energy.
Right? Continuously moving within. Right? So because too many particles come together, atoms, it becomes visible. And because they are moving so that you think they are stagnant. Everything is in motion. Because everything is in motion, the continuous assembling and disassembling continues on its own.
The physical matter, it is subject to death and decay, no? So how
Not
can it-
movement,
Huh?
not death and decay.
Okay.
Continuous movement and assembling. All molecules may assemble, disassemble, like that. Right. So Dada says, he gives an example of cloud. In a cloud, you see a king-like figure. Who creates it? Nobody. They assemble somehow. They disassemble. All matter is in this nature, continuously assembling, disassembling, and creating various shapes, forms, okay, order, and all those things. Roop, ras, sparsha, and gandha. These are the four. Sound is not the quality of the matter, Dada says. That it just comes by the collision of the two particles. It is not the inherent quality of a matter. But four are the things, right? Just for a raw understanding. I don't understand all this into true details. Remember, I have studied this and telling you. Okay. Right? So, this is how. But when these two come together, because the soul has the quality of knowing, knowledge.
Sakshi.
Knowing first,
No.
knower. Right? It is eternal, but knower. Right? And also they say upayog means focus maybe. You try to translate it. Right? When these two together come and light, yesterday we discussed that mirror and sparrow comes. And sparrow feels, oh, there is another sparrow. And this kind of proximity creates this belief. And the matter becomes highly active. And it something called a live matter is created. Enlivened. Right? That is referred to as Pudgal. So in Dada's literature, you'll find the word Pudgal number of times. Udgal is neither pure soul, neither matter. They are together. It is a Udgal. So we can translate it as a live matter. Okay. But there is a soul within, remember. But matter is also charged like that. And then this vikalp comes that I am this. Okay. And it contains further issues like my mind, intellect, I am so and so, and all those things. And that is how the power, empowered matter, Udgal. Right? Self-acting and everything happens. And this worldly entanglement also takes place, and that maze one has and tries to come out of that maze. Right? And then this, because I factor, I do. First is a wrong identity. I am this. Then I do this. Then others do is this. Okay? All these things. Because you see others also are doer and non-doer. Then the rag, dvesh, attachment, aversion takes place. All this is how the theory of karma yesterday we have discussed in details. So we are not. Then that is where Dada applies another word called Nishchetan Chetan. It says this body, it appears like Chetan, Atma, but it is actually Nishchetan Chetan, self-operating, as if a toy is running. Toy with a proper charge, it will run. A robot properly charged, it will speak. Right? Robot is very helpful in understanding this concept. Right? So he applies this word, Nishchetan Chetan. It is non-living, but it appears like living. It appears like a soul. And that is why people say the soul speaks, the soul thinks, the soul eats, like that. Actually, Dada here amplifies this concept of the non-doership of soul. What this Pudgal, let us use this word now, operates on its own. That is why you sleep and still it lives. It breathes. Your digestion continues. It is wonderful. Just knowing that it operates on its own makes you worry free, I tell you, even if you are not realized. You need not worry for certain things which are self-operating. We took the breakfast, we should not worry whether it will get digested or not.
So after eating, it's not our control.
Correct.
Yes, we eat and after
Even eating also, Dada says eating also, it is on its own. But you feel like I ate this. Okay. Because soul as such cannot eat. It is one which has hunger. That part is eating. Okay, that is what Dada says Pudgal. Pudgal means input and output. Puran Galan. Okay, you brought a great point. This Pudgal Puran Galan. This matter, enlivened matter, Nishchetan Chetan, it operates like input and output. Because there is input, there will be output. Output will be on its own or not? Because there is output, there will be input. Karma also input, output. You see, this solves so many issues. Remember, for thinkers. For thinkers, it makes you free. I asked when I was Bhaskar, only 29, 30, I don't remember. I asked Dada Bhagwan this question. When I first time read this, the Pudgal Swayam Kriyakari se. So far, I was a Vedanta student. Right? I was greatly confused because we were taught that Atma is doing everything. Okay, Atma is walking, Atma is moving. Okay, wherever there is movement, there is Atma. Everything we were taught. Now Dada says, Pudgal Swayam Kriyakari છે. અને આત્મા અક્રિય છે. So this, then I asked him, because so there was system. You write a cheat to him, he will read. He read this. Whose question? Get up. I got up. From where have you brought this question? Where did you read? How do you come to know Pudgal Swayam Kriyakari? I said, Dada, I read in your magazine, Akram Vignan. He looked at me very sharply. I still remember. Are you blinking your eyes? Sit down. That much. Barabar. And you see, power of word of the Jnani. Still, it helps me. I tell you. You never order your eyes to blink. So it is self-operative, right? You never order your mind to think. Otherwise, you would have stopped thinking. Mind doesn't listen to your orders. It is self-operative. Henrietta is thinking too. Something. But these are the issues. Remember how the enlightened beings remain free, knowing the realities, how this functions. So, this is a new concept. You're discussing now. Innovative contribution of Dada Bhagwan. This is an innovation.
But the same is Pratisthit Atma.
It is called, but different, for explaining different terminology, you have to use different things. Right? That belief system, that is Pratisthit Atma. But while operating, this is used. So, universal mirror, okay, this past intent, wrong belief, then nature is also there, right? So, nature is not a creator, it functions strictly as an echo chamber. That is karmic principles we have discussed. So, it says, you are whole and soul responsible for yourself. Where are you? You are responsible, and there is no external authority punishing or rewarding you. Right? So, but for helping the people to understand this, our sadhis have mentioned in a mythological manner from Mahavishnu. Right? That is pure soul, original element, then evolutionary property, and mind. That is continuous changes. That's all. Anything which is created will last for some moments, disintegrate. Integration, disintegration. Any integration has disintegration. This seminar has started, it will finish. Correct or not? Anything, you have come, you will go. You can't stop. This is a system. Right? And all our problems lie in not understanding this. We want to keep hold. This should not stop. I should not become old. This should not happen. Nobody asks you. These are the realities of nature. Okay. Accepting that brings a lot of peace of mind. So, Dada says world is not illusion. There is a relative truth and real, lasting truth and temporary. But you have to accept both. Right? So, calling the world entirely fake, Maya, creates so many problems for a spiritual seeker. Because the world will not leave you. Right?
So as ignorant people, the world is real. But the realized people, the world is illusion.
Illusion.
But
But for realized people, world is illusion from inner understanding. Outwardly, they also live as if it is real.
Yeah.
That is how the world expects you to do. Right? So both way. They have relative, real both way. That is Dada, another invention. You have to live as per both eyes, relative eyes as well as real vision. Both visions are required if you want to sail through this world. Single will not help you. But after liberation, that will be there. So right now, when you are in world, you have to accept everything. So relative truth, and that we had a separate session on relative and real truth and illusory truth. You can read that book of Bhaskar. I would suggest there is a small booklet of Dada Bhagwan's system on truth. Right? Real, relative, and absolute. Wonderful book, very small, but it helps to all Vedantis. Will help. So, this is also everything depends upon inside, right? It is the inside which brings the outside. You have come because inside, long back, you thought of learning something scientific. And this way, this happens. And that is how the nirvikalpa state comes. It doesn't come by efforts, remember.
Nature.
By proper knowledge, till you have a proper knowledge, nirvikalpa state cannot come. This is what I think. These realities we are discussing, it will bring you nearer to nirvikalpa state. You see? Say you have gone to railway station and straight away boarded a train. Right? No ticket. You will have so many vikalpa or not? Can you remain nirvikalpa? Accepting the realities helps us in attaining, nearing to the nirvikalpa state. So man is in search of truth. Okay, absolute thing. These are the things which helps us. This puts at rest so many vikalps. So this is one thing. Now we are going to another thing. Right. Yeah. Which one? Third, I have already.
This one?
This is but yes.
This one down.
Yes. Now we are coming to the operation. Many of these has been discussed yesterday. We'll have a quick journey. Creator, and it is good in poetic language that God is the puppeteer and we are the puppets and all these things, no doubt. But gradually we'll have to come to the reality. So, Dada said Vyavasthit Shakti, which operates the world. Vyavasthit is an impersonal power without any likes and dislikes. Right? Like any machinery has no likes or dislikes. Right? Dada gives an example. Like you have made a machine, you are an engineer. But if you put your finger in the machine knows that you are the owner and you should not be hurt. This way, this is the mechanism. That's why, which he was asking, Satyajit, even God will, incarnation, enlightened being, all will be subject to this. Right? Outwardly. So time, space, past karma, intent, everything operates. And the Kudrat, nature, like this, without bias, emotions, errors. Okay. Because one time, if we don't accept this reality, the people start blaming the God.
ऐसे ही होता है.
We think God is an emotional person. Don't take it otherwise. Dada has very amusingly asked this question. Satyadev. God will be pleased with your devotion? We say, no? भगवान प्रसन्न हुए. That means it is you are the person who can please the God. That means you are less pleased before your devotion. Okay. He says devotion pleases you, your soul, not the God. God is always pleased. Okay.
सच्चिदानंद.
It's Satchidanand Swarup. Right? You are not obliging God by chanting his name. You are obliging your soul. So, this way, no, you are a very pragmatic person and helps us to remove many notions, no? So, emotion, error, constantly assembling the exact, okay, like that. Okay, then, so it is scientific, he says. Right? Coming together, different factors create different results. So, Dravya Kshetra Kal, space, time, past hidden karma, and people who are present at that time. All circumstances, no? Weather, so many things. And it is an outcome. So many things. Any outcome doesn't consist of a single reason. Multiple reasons, visible as well as invisible. They make an event happen. So this helps us in diluting our sense of singular doership. Correct? It also helps us in diluting the sense of guilt. Because you are one of the factor, not the sole factor. You are responsible. But that way, that all this time, he gives very famous example. Okay, you have a mango tree. You have planted a mango tree. Nourished it. Go to the mango tree. Give me mango. It will give. It will give at its time. Okay. Season. Like that. So time, place, everything matters. Right? So this way.
Nowadays, some medical person do this.
They show you. But generally you'll find. So the world operates according to many circumstances. This brings the equilibrium. Right? Equanimity we are talking, no? Equanimity doesn't come on its own. When you understand all these things, the equanimity is the outcome. Right? Otherwise, it will be superimposed. How long it will remain? It will not remain. So, multiple factors are there, and that is how an outcome. You are one of those. So, there is a nature and there is a Vyavasthit. Nature is the passive environment. Okay. And that is active things. And all these laws happening. So, doership is, this we have discussed, Vyavasthit. Human role, they are instrumental. God is pure detached observer, inevitable outflow, circumstantial, scientific circumstances. So that is the doership also, not a singular. Discharging, we have seen yesterday, karmic, right? But that discharging, you are the main cause. But discharging, you are not the main cause. Discharging happens according to the rules of nature and scientific circumstantial evidence. Correct or not?
So I saw a yogi, he hold his voice in 12 years. 12 साल से उनका जो वाणी है उन्होंने कैप्चर किया है।
क्या?
मैंने ऐसा योगी से मिला
हाँ,
जीवन में, तो उन्होंने 12 साल से उसको मॉर्निंग वॉक बोलते हैं, तो 12 साल से बात कर सकते हैं बट बात नहीं कर रहे, वो उनके एनर्जी को होल्ड करते हैं।
Right.
मतलब जब हम लोग उस एनर्जी को होल्ड करते हैं तो उसका शक्ति कितना हो सकता है, तो सोचिए 12 साल से ही।
Yes, yes. There are people. The silence preserves the power. That's true. But there are silences of two types, Dada says. One is the external silence, but inner silence is the great thing.
That's the best.
Everybody is the tip of the iceberg. What you speak is much less than what you speak. Inner murmuring. That inner murmuring, I don't think rarely anybody will be able to silence it.
And same with Gandhar, because though she blindfolded her herself also.
Ah.
Therefore, she did not control anything around her.
Ah,
Especially
yes. But these are the sadhanas, different sadhanas, no doubt. You cannot discount it. It is not an easy thing not to speak for 12 years. We have to regard it. But at the same time, your inner silence, you focus. That comes with the right knowledge. Right? So, the Dada says that human law, we all of are aware, but the nature's law is no law. Law means it has automatic as a system. It's a system. Right? And justice is delivered and according to the laws of the. So laws of the nature and laws of the world, laws of the society are different, remember. But in relative life, you have to observe laws of the land. Correct? But at the same time, you have to know laws of the nature also. So, that is the fault of the sufferer. This sentence is prone to be misutilized, misunderstood, but the thing is a very crucial question, just for your information. Sometimes the question is arising in our mind, whether this is my new karma or it is a result of my karma. That dilemma is solved by this metaphor, that the person, you see, I give the same example. That my pocket was picked. Who is unhappy? Who suffers? Who has done wrong? Pickpocket. He doesn't suffer. He enjoys. Oh, I got very good money. So, Dada said, this was a very big question. Everybody has. Because similar thing, it is a new karma or a result of past karma. So, the person, the sufferer, one who suffers, is undergoing the results of past karma. Right? Not the one who makes him suffer. The one who makes him suffer will suffer later on. But at the moment, who is discharging his karma? The sufferer.
But sometimes it's also happens. Suppose some thief got something, and I call the police, and police captured him, and that will also suffer.
Yes. Then his karma has instantly rewarded. So Dada says here also, not applicable to today's session, but because you raised this question, those who are going upward, spiritual journey, they are caught immediately. Okay? Immediate punishment, very nearly their time they will get punished. And those who don't get punished, despite doing wrongs so soon, they are going downwards. So they'll continue to do wrong and wrong things further. So this will happen. So the Sattvic people, they are punished very fast. They are going up, no, like that. But this is a fault of the sufferer, has to be used when we are suffering. Remember, not others are suffering. If you apply this knowledge when others are suffering, you will become
Insensible.
insensitive. And you will bind further karma. Remember, so when you are suffering, you have to know that it is the outcome of my own. And that will help you not to blame others. That way. But if that pickpocket has not picked my pocket, some other pickpocket would have done. Or it would have just fallen my pocket. Remember, the sufferer, this is another invention of Dada. Okay. If it is old karma or new karma. So this is how, okay, karma cycle, person find new karma while undergoing the outcome of old karmas by the accusing others or considering himself the doer. Considering non-doership, Bhaskar, non-doership has to be applied to you as well as outside. Then it solves the riddle. Right? And this is also where when you realize your true self with the intervention of life, Jnani Purush, then you realize, oh, I am someone separate from all these happenings and I am not the doer. Then from that moment, you start ceasing to accrue new karmas. But at that time also Dada says, because the operation of this Udgal is so powerful that you will have to have this effort, self-effort, to remain in that state, remember, right? This is how the ego, after living, ego has gone, that is, I am doing this. Still the forces of pending karmas will remain there. Like Lord Rama, at the age of 16, he got self-realization. Still here to live for another 10,000 years, doing war and all those things. They are the pipeline, karmas in pipeline, Dada Bhagavan says. That is, there is a 10-mile long pipeline Surat to here, and if you phone that you stop supplying the water, you close the cork, still the water will come because it was in the pipeline. Even after self-realization, this will be there. That is why they say don't criticize these self-realized people, their behavior also sometimes. Don't judge that Krishna did this wrong. He should have done this. Okay, who asked you? Nobody. You are in the charging center.
Ignorance.
So, this awakened observer, this way. Okay, it's a different story. That is called Divya Karma. Right? It may not be good karma. Yet Divya Karma, you see. Fighting a war, for example. Chandrakantji,
Yes, sir.
I want to open another. Now, this one, this one.
6 eternal elements.
Nice. Yes, yes. Now we are coming to another crucial aspect. We discussed about two things, no? Pure soul, Chetan, and matter. Third we discussed is the mix of two. But this is also a wonderful thing. Ultimately, this is the ultimate knowledge of all philosophers. The people are nearing liberation. they realize this. Presently, we are not at that stage. But what they have told, we will try to understand. But we will also, when we read that, we will realize this. But at least concept can be. So, Pindeso Brahmanda we have discussed. All rules, regulations, we are operating the Brahman. Same rules, regulations operate your body.
Just
Right?
read the Brahman.
Huh?
Same concept. Just read the Brahman.
Yes, Pindeso Brahman. That is yes. If you understand your own picture, you are able to understand the entire, because same principles are there. This is the model. Correct, no? What we call, if you are building a small and a super prototype. This is a prototype kind of thing. Okay? Before building a big palace, no, there is a prototype palace. So this is a prototype. So from this also, mysteries of world can be understood. So there are basically 6 eternals. Now here there is small difference. In Vedanta, Panch Mahabhut. Right? Panch Mahabhut, very famous. So here, Tirthankars have classified these as 6th. Right? This will help you in philosophy. So, which are the Panch Mahabhut? Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu, Akash. Alright? So Dada says Prithvi, Jal, Tej and Vayu. They are only matter. Akash is different. So these 5 becomes 2. There are different variations, no? Prithvi and Jal, they are matter only. Tej also.
Sorry, Vyavasthit is also 9 elements. The Ka, Atma, Man, and Baki 5 elements.
There are different maybe, yes.
Vyavasthit.
So you can, this way, he says that 5 Mahabhut, in this concept, they are 2. They become 2, merge. And in addition, there are things which helps us in understanding this world even more, with more clarity. The soul, matter we have discussed, and space, that is Akash. Same thing with without the space, where the matter will stand. Soul doesn't require space. That is very difficult to understand, but it is. Soul does not require space. Right? That is why Lord Krishna has explained this in Bhagavad Gita also. आकाश से भी सूक्ष्म है. So this space and time, no doubt, time is the thing. Right? That is a factor. It is not a matter. Time. Then motion. This is new thing which Tirthankar gods have added. There is something called a motion element. That is a not motion, motion helping, motion enabling. An example is a see for the fish. There is a water. Water doesn't move the fish. But if fish want to move, then water will enable movement. So that is one thing, Gati Sahayak Tattva, motion enabling rather. And another is Sthiti Sahayak, because if there is a motion enabling, then how it will stop? So if it wants to stop, there will be Sthiti Sahayak, inertia we call it, name it. So these are 2 things which helps us understand it better. that movement of matter and Pudgal, like say, I walk, so my soul is not walking. Okay. Na? Because of this, and that you can scientifically examine the intensity of Gati Sahayak. Will be different at different planes. This is my own idea. I am not supported by these books, remember. This is my thinking. I tell. That suppose on moon, if you take one step, you will move 12 times. Because there must be thinner Gati Sahaya. Maybe. Or a thinner Sthiti Sahaya, whatever. Right? So in space, those space travelers, they have to be trained because different levels of Gati Sahaya, Sthiti Sahaya, they are used to in this. And there are different intensities, maybe like. But this is wonderful thing. It helps us further. Right? So, Chetan, the experience, it has the experience quality. Matter, then space is a canvas, you can say. Measure, call it time measure. Then there are enablers. So, now this we have discussed. Soul is a eternal state. Matter is constantly shifting and changing the state constantly. Still it is called Jad. It moves, still it is called. So Dada gives an example of lizard. Lizard, all of you see? Everybody has. When its tail is cut, that tail moves or not? So the traditional thing, the tail must have a soul. As I said, it is not a soul. It's the motion element. Soul has already contracted in the main lizard. Getting me, Bhaskar?
Yes.
So many movements you see, there may not be presence of soul. Right? But for easier understanding, we call where there is a motion, there will be a soul. Technically speaking, it may not be necessarily so every time. Motion is has its own. Like the clouds are moving on their own. There is no soul. No? Like that. So motion is not the quality of soul. Remember, that is how. This mirror metaphor we have seen. That soul comes in, okay, proximity of matter. But when this Purangala, influx and outflux, continuous process, right? All matter. So this is how four different. And then beyond this universe is called Alokakash. Okay? The space beyond universe, also there is a space, but not the other five elements. Okay, that is why beyond universe, when the soul moves after liberation, then the other five elements are not there. Right? So this proximity and this I think, everything, it doesn't recur. So there is no rebirth. Time, very well known. Time actually is one, but for practical purposes, you have to measure it. We'll start this session at 10 o'clock, I have to say. Otherwise, how will you come? And my 10 you understand as 10. That's the relative time. But that makes the things happen and organized. right? Otherwise, there is no, okay, when at certain state you understand the real time is something which has no past, present, future. Only present, they say.
Only mind cognitions.
Huh. So only present. The enlightened people, they remain in present. They say there is no past and no future. That itself brings a great joy. That should be our aim, to be in present, right?
Because we are problematic our present life for future, and also we
Ah.
forget about our past.
So we are unable to enjoy the life. Always we are either in past or in present. So this we have discussed, Gati Sahayak Tattva, motion, how it enabler. So these are the 6. Stability means Sthiti Sahayak, Gati means motion, Kal means because matter is changing and accordingly you can measure the time that I have become 72 years. Because this matter is changing. Right. That's provide the space, Akash, and Pudgal, the matter, or everything visible. Everything, all other are invisible. Remember, out of the 6, only visible thing is a matter. Right? And that is how we live. On its own. Udgal, Swayam, Vyakari, because all these 6 things, they play their part and we think I am doing this, I am eating, I am sleeping, I am this. Without your thinking that way, also without sense of doership also, this will happen. And you will say it is happen. That is where the enlightened beings are in the state of happening. It just happens. And we think it, I do this. Right? This philosophy of 6 elements is very, very useful. Right? They are self-operating. It is changes your worldview, changes your own view, changes your life view. Right? Makes you less burdensome. Right? It's very useful. This can be given to thinkers. Right? So, the universe is flawlessly self-automated. The ultimate truth is simply to observe. So, when the person, self-realized person, enlightened being, okay, he comes in the state, now you'll realize, as a pure soul, its quality just to know and see. He sees all remaining 5 elements, the permutation and combination, all these things, they happen on their, and that brings the Satchidanand state. Okay?
All right.
Right? Brother Gandhi?
Yes, sir.
Now help me.
Yeah.
This is all. You are enjoying the session? Good.
Yes, sir.
This is a challenge for me. I am taking this for the first time. I never knew I will be able to take this, no? But I thought that you are the right people. For you, this session should be there.
सर इस चीजों को समझने के लिए माइंडसेट भी ऐसा होना चाहिए।
हाँ।
हम दूसरा माइंडसेट लेके आएंगे तो
इसलिए
ईगो क्या ना करेगा।
पूरा in the research center history for the first time we are talking this. Okay. Okay, now the mechanism of existence. This Pind Brahman we have already discussed now, right? Difference between Udgal and conscious. Yes. So, knowing, seeing, eternal, illumination, formless, matter, inert, non-living, yet transformative. That creates the issue. because it is transformative, continuously forming and dissolving on its own this kind of attraction and repulsion matter as this kind. Because of attraction, it assembles. And because of Kal Tattva, disintegrates. You can't stop disintegration. Anything, right? And it has this kind of taste, touch, smell. This is a false self. Just I am this believed self. Dada said it's a Mishra Chaitanya, is another word now. Okay. Soul and non-soul together. And that is why Dada Bhagwan says that enlightened being can segregate because it is mixture. It has not compounded. Soul and non-soul, they can never be compounded. Immiscible. That is why they can be separated. Otherwise, once, okay. So under any circumstances, when one goes to hell, the soul remains as a soul. And that is how Dada says Jnani Purush can help us experiencing total exclusively separateness of the pure self. The moment one realizes, it's a aha moment which all of us experience through the grace of Dada Bhagwan. Right? This proximity is very easily understood through the help of magnet and ions. And this Udgal Parmanu, they have this. And the soul thinks, oh, I am attracted, I am repulsion, I like, I dislike. Whatever like, dislike, attachment, aversion, actually it's a play of matter molecules. And you feel that Ragdvesh. So Dada and Tirthankar God, they have separated Ragdvesh and likes and dislikes. Like, dislike is a attraction and this. Okay. And without this belief, when it's a ignorance, they are Ragdvesh. So even after self-realization, likes, dislikes, everything remains, remember. They are matter properties. Right? So if you see some small like, dislike in an enlightened being, that is not the Ragdvesh. Right? So this way, and matter properties, all of us are very well aware. You have to take care of it. That also we have discussed. Like say male and female. They are matter properties. You cannot take a risk in that. Matter will play its part. Soul has no authority. Right? Soul has no authority in it. So many people have got confused in this. You should taste your soul like this, that I can do anything. Okay. In many religions you will find people have drowned. They have misused. Imputing soul's quality in the matter. No.
Chairman issue. My rule is the chairman issue.
Right.
No point to.
The matter will play its part. Right? There is the example, no? Is there everywhere there is Brahma. God is there everywhere. Okay, I am soul, everywhere there is soul. When somebody was walking this Brahmavidya, so-called, in Banaras, and there was a mad elephant coming, and there was a Mahavat, elephant controller. He was shouting, "Oh, mad, elephant has gone mad. Run away, run away." This fellow says, "Oh, I am Brahma." Elephant is also Brahma.
The Brahman is Brahman.
Brahma, nothing will happen. You know? And that elephant crushed this fellow.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to understand this. Yeah. Okay, he was seriously hurt. Then he complained to Guru, Guru, you are telling me everything is Brahma, Sarva Kalvedam Brahma. And why this happened to me? He said, but there was a Brahma in Mahavat also. That fellow was shouting. And you didn't hear. Didn't pay it to it. Okay. This way this happens. So anatomy of transmigration we have discussed. Okay. Karan Sarir. Electrical body is one thing. We call it Sukshma Sarir. Causal body is karmic body. That is subject to charging, discharging. So the causal body travels with the soul. Electrical body also travels with the soul. So soul, when leaves the body, gross body, here and now, it travels to another mother. And that time, that causal body activates the gross body. As there is a full banyan tree, in the banyan seed, whole body's functions are ingrained in that causal body. That becomes operative, then the whole, otherwise it is latent, what kind of, how much height this boy will have, this, everything, causal body, that it becomes self-operative, remember this. Right? So what is in your control? Causal body. Once gone, gone. The causal body can be programmed. Now we have used this language. How to explain Dada's theory? So we have used this modern terminology in our book Dialogues with Dadaji. It's a programming. So programming you can change till its execution. So a person can change the programming, constitution of the causal body before he dies. Once died, has gone into operation. Right? What you can control, or you can manipulate or manage rather, is your programming, which is a new causal body. That is in our hand. So any worst kind of fellow can charge his body at the later part of the life. That's a good thing. Right? Nature is so kind. So never brand people as good or bad. He is bad for certain years, he may become good before death. And a fellow very good in the beginning may become anything bad in the later part. So this is charging, discharging, programming, reprogramming. This is how it will help you. Causal body.
Even the beginning, but still charged with bad control.
Ha! Yes, nobody tells you. You are the full writer of your destiny, human being. Right? That is the programming. Right? That programming need not be wise. It can be mad programming also. No, right. And that is where the importance of satsang and right knowledge comes.
Yeah.
Without right knowledge, without samyak jnana, how can you have a right programming?
In other term, we can say coding.
Coding.
IT people make coding for the.
Yes. It is coding.
Potato.
So coding, before coding, you have to know what you want to do. Accordingly, your coding will take place. For what you are doing coding? Correct, no? So this can be explained and understood with the help of the scientific terminology also. And the matters, qualities which we have seen: form, taste, touch, smell. And then this also we have seen Kalp Shakti. Soul has this power of projecting, and that again starts all cycle of vikalp, and coming out of vikalp takes a lot of time. And when the matter in pure form, they are called Vishrasa matter. But once they are in touch with their consciousness, they become Prayogsa. I want to do this. Then they have come into operation. And when they are operated, they come into Vishrasa, discharging. And that time, if again doership comes, again they become Prayogsa. Like that, this continuous cycle. Okay. So this thing we have discussed, Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav, Purusharth, everything, they come together and then the events or action happen. When something is not happening despite your will, remember that other things, they are not assembled. You are not responsible. But you are responsible for your Bhav. You should be. Dada gives the example of marriage. First, if you decide to marry, then other things will assemble. Okay. So the human decision is this. It has a factor. Otherwise, nothing will happen automatically. Okay. Without your decision, no marriage ceremony can take place. Right? So everything is an example. Dada gives a very funny example. Very, very important. Okay. So for anything to happen, first is your resolve. Wow. Then things will come together according to the scheme of nature, your karmic outcome, punya, path, this, that, nature's convenience, season, so many things. So patience is required. Now, see why patience? Patience is necessary. You cannot hasten this process. So you focus on what is your discretion. Your discretion is your bhava. Others are nature's play. Right? So this also gives lot of happiness. It removes restlessness. You see, so many people are restless. No? How do you remove restlessness? You do pranayama, yoga, this, that. No doubt, we are not discounting. Yoga is necessary. Adina. It is necessary. But yoga with knowledge. That day we are discussing. Yoga with right knowledge. That gives you a fillip to the progress. Right? So, like restlessness, with proper knowledge, restlessness will come.
It is a tool like to bring.
Yes,
Glass.
it's a helping tool. Helping tool. Helping. Okay? That asana helps you bringing stillness. But your mind stillness will not come. Then it requires proper understanding. So these are all interconnected. Very useful. If we apply it together, we are discussing with Adrina, she has a lot of exposure to yoga, no? How yoga can still be more effective, more useful to the people, right? She will be doing something, first. Yes. She has the capacity and she has the background. You have a very good background. Let me tell you. This battery concept we have seen, so we are not going into it. This is doership. Anything you see in the world. Dada is a very funny example of a donkey. Donkey cutout. You put against the sun. There will be donkey picture. The sun has not created the picture of donkey. Like this in world, whatever you see, okay, it has horizon. Okay, due to the aggregation of different circumstances, time, everything. This will help you a lot. Here we have mentioned one metaphor of Dada about rainbow. Please read it. It gives so many clarifications. Rainbow. How a rainbow is created. Who created rainbow? Right. Like with that example, you will understand so many other things. So, Vyavhar Nishchay, practical reality and ultimate reality. But both are required. Right? Like that elephant. Elephant is a practical reality. Bad elephant. No, you cannot ignore. And this is how liberation through observation, because no new charging will take place. And the when soul remains in this soul without getting identified with this matter and illusions, then those uh, atoms of the matter, they automatically on their own at that time disintegrate. Right? So, Chandra Gandhi,
Yes, sir.
please help me now.
Yes, yes.
Close this and now pen drive I will close. Now we are coming to another session. 30 minutes more. In this session, we will, all of you are scholars. So my purpose is to have an overview. So far what we have learned, plus further references. Yeah?
I can try to do this.
Right?
Kind of.
Yeah. Session.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that was.
Yes. थोड़ा पानी वानी पी लो सब लोग चलो वी आर मूविंग टू अनदर without getting up આ બધા કોફી પીઓ તો પી દો ચાલો કોફી દે દો सबको even those they want or not compulsory coffee
I did it.
right કોફી બધાને પી દો ચાલો આપણો ટોપિક બદલીએ
Copy? No. Side of copy. No, 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 no. Yeah. So, मैं करती हूँ अपनी बना पानी इलेक्ट्रोल
okay we have 5 minutes break for this coffee now yes please continue those who are joined online યોગેશભાઈ છે હા શુક્લ સાહેબ આપણે 5 મિનિટમાં ચાલુ કરીએ છીએ ચાલુ કરો ચાલો વાંધો નહીં we'll move to the next session now yes ठीक है
हाँ बस
right
yeah.
so we have seen right yeah 5 minutes break
Yeah. Right, 29. 29 now? 28. 29. 28. 29. 28.
We'll close the session at 12:45. Right? Because for this session, I thought let a bird eye view also, what we have learned so far. Right. So the session originally was, say, reference material. But I added that is bird eye view also. Right. Because I am leaving tomorrow.
How will I live without lesson one? New life.
So we have discussed that Dada science is a science of the whole, holistic science.
Yeah.
Very famous example of elephant and blind people. Everybody knows. Overused. But still not fully understood. Still, we fully understood it, we'll have to use it. Or some other example you can find. So,
Arrow.
change slide.
Arrow, son, arrow.
Oh. So friends, this we know, blind man and elephant. Like this world is an elephant. And everybody has limited perceptions ability. Perception ability because of different types of karma also.
This is the very traditional example.
Yes. But overused. But again we'll see it in different lens. Say because perception differ from person to person because of the karmic wills. And that is how the people view, perceive the same thing differently. Also, people give preponderance to certain angles of life rather than giving importance to understanding various facets of life. And as we discussed on the first day, what will hamper or the suffering will come from not understanding that particular area in your life. Weakness. Weakness in terms of right knowledge. So, Dada focuses on obtaining right knowledge about various facets of life, not ignoring particular thing. And you will find the cause of suffering. You will find that the person will suffer because of his not attending to a particular corner of the life, as phase of life, facets of life. So Dada says this. It happens because people, Bhaskar, would like to attend to which they like. Suppose you have 6 subjects in your MA course. You go on reading which you know, which you like. If you read more of which you don't like, you will get higher score. If I am scoring 90% in X subject, by reading too much, I will get 92. But if I am getting 60 marks in another subject, by reading I will get 70. The total score will increase. But people have a tendency to do or to study which they like. Right? Any area in our life, as a human being, we have a body, we have mind, spirit, or so many things else. The area which you don't pay heed or attention, you will suffer.
Give your example of Mercedes car.
Mercedes car. We don't have money. None of us have money. Buy a Mercedes car. But there is nothing wrong in thinking. Okay. Suppose Saitri has won lottery. 1 crore rupees. She goes and
Why 1 crore? 100 crore.
okay. No, but we want only cars. No? And she goes to market and buys Mercedes car. In the traffic. Now she has rode Mercedes car for the first time. She doesn't know proper driving. So whether it is Mercedes car or Rolls Royce, she will commit an accident. Mercedes car will not help her. She should have learned. Or suppose she knows driving, but there is no proper air pressure in the tire. Proper air pressure is free, no cost. But that tire will get burst. And although it is Mercedes, it will not move. So likewise in the life, your weak area will withhold your potential. And people don't like, because your guru points out to your weak areas. So you don't respect, guru is so, he's scolding me. Most of the good gurus will scold you, remember. Kanu Dada has fired me left and right. Number of times. Right? I would never run away. Because what he says is right for me. Those are my weak areas. Strong areas he will never talk about. The weak areas will withhold you, remember this. When your parents or guru scolds you, it's for your good. The world will only admire your strong areas, then you feel happy.
Yeah.
So this way, Dada Bhagwan, as we learned now, that he was invited, freely invited questions for every sphere of life. Fortunately, so many good seekers, different types of seekers met him. We are very thankful those who noted down those discussions, those who recorded this. Fortunately, it is available. The extent of last 20 years at least. He lived 30 years after enlightenment, but last 20 years record is somewhat available now. So different things, right? So anything, what I want to tell is, any question you have about any area of life, generally you will find a reference from the other. That is one thing good about it. And still, so much of work is to be done from this center also. We are in the process. So this is the inner version, this is darshan. Right? But because it's scientific darshan, darshan is naturally scientific only. It is that word is not used. Here we are using it, holistic science. It's a holistic darshan rather. Right? So different things you will find here. As we have seen, okay, from purely scientific thing like matter, space, we have discussed, food, thoughts, so many things we have discussed, right? Holistic well-being, husband-wife relations, inner harmony, you will get matter. Okay, especially throughout the principles. Examples may have changed, as I pointed out. 40 years before, there are no such examples. There were not so many divorces. But principles will remain the same. Right? Like, I'll put one example. Dada said, two egos cannot become one. Like soul is an entity, ego is an entity. Two persons marrying, two egos. Two partners starting a business, two egos. So there is no go without adjustment and understanding and without appreciating the uniqueness of a person. Like these principles, core principles are useful even, okay, now in future they will be. So it discusses about this darshan can be that way if applied in modern era also principle wise, right? Most of his principles are contained in Apta Sutras. Being students of philosophy, I would request you to study Apta Sutras. You have the capability of studying this. They are, if you know Gujarati, better. Don't know Gujarati, study Hindi if you know. Third choice will be English. Because English translation, it cannot be said to be 100% perfect. We have tried to do it with help of experts. Still, right? This is how. Then Kanu Dada is another, but 10,000 sutras are there. But half of them are for those who are self-realized and journey beyond self-realization. Half, even more than half of it. At least 30% sutras also aware of the mundane life also will find in those. We have translated all in Hindi and about 3,000 out of 10,000 in English also. This, you know, he was a businessman and householder. That makes him very, very applicable for everyone. Like people like me, I was attracted because he was a householder and a businessman. He would solve our problems. Right? This is, he believes in multifaceted reality, which Satyajit has explained us yesterday. Good thing. Without that, a person stagnates. Time has come that person, if he understands this, he will have less and less problems. Lot of development in academic world also. You are ready to
But
accept
we
it.
get this type of thoughts. In this world, in current world, now this type of thought needed.
Very much necessary.
When I say
Very much necessary.
fight. Yeah.
This, as we have discussed already, this also he subscribed that world is everlasting. You like or not, it doesn't depend upon your liking. You like to be God to be creator, but he says no. Right? It will. This we have discussed. Uniqueness of soul. Right? Time and again, he emphasizes this, that you are unique, you are alone, you are responsible for your past journey, but more responsible for your future journey. Right? This, he says, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. He says, it was told by Adi Shankaracharya, Bhagwan Shankara, to his disciples for strengthening their vairagya. And it was not told to you people, householders and business people and like that. So he told to them, they are mendicants, they had to rise. Right? So for that, it was told, which has been unfortunately people like me and you. If you are studying, say Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, why should I go back to Lalabhai University and attend Dr. Mishra's class? Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Satyadish. So what will happen? You will not get your certificate. Right? So,
But
no. So please remember this. Shankara, Bhagavan Shankaracharya was right in telling this, but he told to whom? After certain elevation. Okay. For them it was just to understand, but still, you see, Bhagavan Shankaracharya himself, he has dealt with the world as it is. He established four mud
Yes.
feet.
Feet.
If Jagat was mithya, he would not have done this. He took all steps to protect Hindu Sanatan Dharma. If it was mithya, why did he this? Why he traveled 4 times in the entire country at such a young age? Why attended funeral of his mother? He says, you could have said Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Please remember, they are the realities. Okay? So, certain thing which is addressed to X should not be taken by Y. Right? This is the problem in studying scriptures also.
Yes.
Okay? Where to whom it is addressed. If you take it on your own, that is where need for a live guru is required. That what you require, that knowledge he will tell you. If you go a medical store and take all medicines and gulp, what will happen? All medicines are right, but not for you.
Yes, right.
Like scriptures are a mall. Okay, all philosophy. What applies you to at what stage? There you require a life guide. Right?
Further, the principle has a subtle, subtler, and subtlest layer of meanings.
This also is the thing we have already learned. That karma has 3 stages. Right? This will help having a right view of the world. It will bring equanimity. Equanimity dilutes the charging of karma. See, this is how the Lord Krishna has praised Sthit Prajna number of times. No? Then, Dada says equanimity is a disposal of karmic relativities. Dada Bhagavan is the person who emphasizes the importance of family life. That it is not a family, it is a place for discharging your karma. You cannot run away. If you run away, it will remain pending. So face it. Right? And he has explained us the science of circumstances. He says, Prapta Sanyogo ka Samayojan karke Samta bhav se niptan kare. You first assess, self-assessment. You did not study all philosophy. You study you. First, what is my name? Relative identity. Where I am born. Who are my parents? What is my age? What I studied? How is my body? What are my likings? What are my dislikings? Right? Where do I want to go? How, in what direction I want to grow? How much life has already passed? How much life has remained? So depending on what is my financial position, they are the realities. So realistic assessment, Dada Bhagwan brings us to do for yourself. Don't think about all world's problems. They are not for you. Dada says, suppose the world population is suppose 800 billion. No? All you are not connected. Karmic connections, everyone, no? You may meet hardly 5, 6, 7,000. We met here because of karmic connections. But I don't have karmic connections with the entire Nalanda University. Correct or not? I have to remember this. Entire Bangladesh only. No, only one person. And I worry about entire Bangladesh. What happens? I have only one connection. Like that, remember. So that way he says, limit your worries, thinking, and focus on only where you are karmically connected. Right? That is how equanimous disposal. With all people, you have already equanimous disposal. Only those who are physically approaching you, there you have to deal equanimously. So he brings us a limited, right? Then suffrage point we have discussed, adjust everywhere we discussed. Then he says, all your karmic discharges will be delivered in your house, home. Wonderful principle, delivery. This is one of his great principle, that the person with whom you have karmic binding, it is not necessary that the same fellow will deliver the karmic discharge, because it is not possible always in the nature. Right? If you go walking carelessly and crush a ant, that ant will not become human being and you will not become ant, and you will be crushed by the same ant. It is not practically possible. Right? But you may slightly walking, you may slip. Nobody has done it, and you have suffered the result. So sometimes the result of your karma may be through some living people, but they may not be the people whom you have hurt. Those who are in proximity, he gives the example of a courier. So somebody writes you, Satyajit sent us a book, Bengali dialogues with Dadaji, 50 books. He has sent the parcel to DTDC. Right? But delivery will be by DTDC. DTDC courier has not sent the book. And the person who will deliver, he has handed over to somebody, and delivery boy will be from Surat. So in karmic relation, most of our karmic things are delivered from nearby people. And you will get confused. You have done nothing wrong and still that fellow is misbehaving with you. Right? But you have done something wrong with somebody else. And that the understanding, mere understanding of this courier theory of Dada Bhagwan helps us bringing the equanimity. Again, we are putting equanimity in the thing. Because the person delivering is not the same. It is not possible in the world. Right? So this way he says, all whatever, parents, partners, everybody, they are not the same. So if you try to look for the reasons, I did not do this to him, he had done this wrong. It is true. You are also right that you did not do wrong to this particular ex-fellow, but you did wrong to somebody else some other time. This way, that develops the innocence vision. That brings the equanimity, and that stops the karmic. That again, he says, if you beat the courier, suppose a postman, he brings a letter, so and so died. Now you beat the postman, what happens? Why you brought this news? Correct? He only brought the news this way. Then Trimantra is a uniqueness, believe me, it's a great invention, reinvention rather. He has not invented, he doesn't claim. This is the reinvention. This was already there. But people became narrow-minded. So they overlooked the other deities. Vaishnavas overlooked Shaivas. Shiva did otherwise. Jain people They ignored Vasudeva and Shiva. He ignored Tirthankara. Okay. Tirthankara were not Jains. The devotees are there. Dada says, Jesus Christ was not Christian. Lord Krishna was not Vaishnava. No, it is only later on that this has happened. So don't have any kind of alienation with the gods. These three are the great gods, and their supporting deities are there. And when you say God are Vitrag, Shiv is Vitrag. Even if you criticize, he will not become unhappy. But their celestial bodies, they feel bad. So Dada Bhagwan says most of our suffering in India are due to this. That you are disrespecting, you are respecting certain deity by disrespecting others. There is nothing wrong in being devoted to single, but you have to respect others also. That itself, with proper understanding, this three mantra, you will see within a year, you will have a lot of changes in your life. We have seen this, right? All these three are great gods. They don't require your judgment, but at least for your happiness, don't ignore them. Then, as per your disposition, material disposition, you can be devoted to a Shaiva or to the. And that again is a Prakriti. That is also God as Bhagavan Krishna has explained you that if you have tamasic prakriti, you are attracted for the devotion of Shiva. Okay, then it transforms you to the sattvic. This way, these are the things. Then if you are rasic prakriti, you are attracted toward devotion of Vishnu. Like that. So this also is time and again saying importance of in-person guidance of. Otherwise, by doing any number of efforts, Srimad Rajchandra said, અનંત કાળ સુધી જીવ પોતાની મેળે પરિશ્રમ કરે તો પોતે પોતાથી જ્ઞાન પામે નહીં. If a fellow for infinite times continue to pursue spiritualism, but one cannot attain self-realization exclusively through his own efforts. He has to know this. Just Dada corroborates this time and again. Then this is another principle which I think we could not cover, but very important. That in Kali Yuga we discussed the time cycle, no? But this is the fifth time, Dusham Kal. Their unison, synchronization of mind, speech and body is not there. That is a Kal factor. This is very, very important, Bhaskar. And all scriptures are written in the fourth Kal. You see, whatever you are studying, these are written before 2000 years. Buddha, Mahavir, Susham Kal. Fourth era. Okay, from Mahavir, the fifth era started. Now, the books you read, that time, mind, speech, and unison. You see, all spiritual, religious rituals, you see, manasa, vacha, karmana. If you perform anything through the unison of mind, speech, and body, then it gives the results. Now, this is the Dada Bhagwan revelation that in Kali Yuga, all are disintegrated. And we know it about ourselves. We go to temple and think about hotel. They go to the hotel and think about temple. It happens or not? Dada says this times thing. Right? So the way of worship Dada has invented this Sat Sadhana.
Thinking about something else, it's like being on your toes. To be ready what to do next. It's like soldier अगर किले की दीवार पर खड़ा है तो वो इसलिए वो शॉट नहीं सोच सकता यही सोचेगा
ठीक है।
खत्म हो जाए.
हाँ तो वो that is not bad. But soldier thinks about temple at the time of war. And about war when he is in temple.
Purpose of mind can.
Then what you are attending right now, you attend. It is not there. So in the spiritual, this
Picture of car.
this is the feature of
Car.
present times, that the mind, speech, body unison is not there, and as a result, the people doing so much of spiritual activities, especially rituals, they are not getting the desired results. And they get sometimes frustrated also. So Dada Bhagwan, this Sat Sadhan is a great invention. He says, don't worry, you do Alochana, Pratikram, Pratyakhya, and gradually throughout the life you do this, and that will bring the unison of mind, speech and body, and you will take a birth in the other planet where there is a fourth time, Kal. Getting me? I forgot to take this. It is very important in my opinion. These 5-6 prayers, no? Very useful. Looking to this was his invention. That, okay, if you say telling the truth, right? Panchamahavratma, truth. Now that you know, and still you will find, suppose I am a professor of this yoga, I am teaching you, everybody should take yama, fire, truth. I am unable to speak truth. Right? Then Dada says, you do pratikarma. You remember your God, whomsoever out of the three. Sir, I wanted to speak truth, but this time in the class I spoke untruth. Please forgive me. Give me the energy, power to speak truth. That's all he says. That a continuous redressal of these derelictions will help you making that disintegrated mind, speech and body deranged or desynchronized in a synchronized manner. And gradually the synchronization will take place. And other way around, if you think, because we were slightly moving toward desynchronization in the fourth time, we have slided down in the fifth time. Okay, so this is there. Now knowing this is so much useful, remember. It removes the feeling of guilt. It enables the forgiveness. It removes the fear. Somebody says, I will see you. Dada said, don't be worried. This is the fifth time. This fellow will do nothing. Somebody says, Adrina, I will help you anytime. Don't believe Dada says.
Right.
He may not help you. Okay. See, this way, it makes you practical. These are the realities. We are all experiencing this. People speak something and do something else. This is the time. Okay. This is a wonderful invention of Dada Bhagwan, which I have never seen. Okay. This helps us, and these 5 prayers, wonderful, I tell you. If you apply, you will see. This is another invention, genesis of mind. Nowhere. As students of philosophy, I would request you to read this book on mind by Professor Amin. Okay. That how nowhere it is mentioned. Everybody says mind is doing this, mind, we are fed up with the mind. But how the mind is created? Dada says mind is your past life opinion, expressed in words. So when you express your opinions in the words, they create a new causal mind. So, and when they burst, they are called thoughts. Whatever thoughts you are realizing now, they are your past life opinions. Just don't worry about it and don't follow them. You need not do whatever your mind says. But you can't stop it saying. Right? I would request you to study that book. right? A new philosophy, so many papers, essays can be presented to the world about this because everybody is worried what to do with this mind. Some people don't understand what is mind and what is brain. Brain and mind are totally different. Mind and chitta are totally different. Okay, very good.
Brain is my pleasure.
Darwinian theory, we have discussed that up to the monkey, Darwinian theory applies. Then human being, and from human being. Okay. So Dada says Darwin knows 0 to 50, but 50 to 100 he doesn't know. So he adds, thereafter the theory of rebirth comes. And that way, if he completes the evolution theory, these are unique things. So he has clarified many mundane as well as spiritual matters. So here he was not preaching as we have discussed. So good amount of varied knowledge topics are available. These are recorded. So we have holistic literature. Sutras I told you. If you want to abstract knowledge, sutras are there. If you want details, then aptavanis are there. Right? Different topics. But they are not compiled by philosophers. They are compiled by people like us, but done with all sincere efforts. So that will help you. There are aptavanis about vyavhar, your conduct, emotions, mind, speech, body, everything, anger, greed, fear, worry, and practices. Okay. Then karma and all other things. We have topic-wise booklets also, but Aptavani is the main source. From there, we have segregated. Then about universe also, there is a mention in some Aptavanis. HSRC is now doing in various languages. You know that all books are available for you, right? We are in the process of updating our website and we want to put all our books on soft copies with a book review.
Yes.
Audio of book review with the help of artificial intelligence. But everything, you see, there is the science of worries. These are the books. How the worry is created. They are so very useful. Right? So Dada's science is useful to everybody, including atheists. Right? Dada said nobody is atheist. Dada has that anyone who says I is not an atheist.
Please say they believe in science.
He says I know. He exists, that means he is not atheist. He says. Okay. So like that. Outer world, absolute. So it is not only the beyond the world knowledge, worldly as well as because problems are the soul is in the form of liberation only. We are trapped in the relative world. So unless we understand the relative world, we will not be able to come out of the trap. Right? So different parts of countries also, this institution tries to translate this knowledge. And some of the scholars like you are helping us in this. So there is a lot of scope for exploring this further and put it in the lexicons and language of different audience around the world. I'm happy Adrina has agreed to help us in at least one language. Okay. Our maiden book, Dialogues with Dadaji on Life and Living. The maiden book, okay, some sorted chapter from various Aptavanis. So I thank you very much. And God bless everyone. It is over. We'll have a now you announce that Priya.
Thank you, sir. Today's discussion was quite intense, and we discussed on many of the topics like elements, Pudgal, and who am I, where am I? Like so many intense questions we discussed, or we discussed on suffering. It gave us an opportunity to have a deeper reflection on ourselves and also to lead us to deeper research on the further level. So thank you, sir. So here we come to an end of today's first half of the seminar, and we'll meet again in the afternoon around 3:30.
No, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock, where four new scholars from Nalanda University will be presenting their paper, and two more sessions will be commenced for after that. So let's meet after the lunch. Thank you so much. And Chandrakant sir will take over.
Yes, yes. So all my dear friends who joined on Zoom and on YouTube as well, I request them, please don't miss a very special session of this seminar to be taken by the Vice Chancellor of Dr. Hari Singh Gaur, Sagar University. And he is Dr. Balwant Janiji. He is going to be with us. So please do come back and join our next part.